All right. So maybe we can start talking about, like how do you make it in Hollywood? How do you
How do you think you can make it?
how do you think you can make it in Hollywood?
Okay, yeah, that
So
sounds like a great topic, and we haven't figured it out yet. So, all right, that's awesome. Let's get it.
yeah, I guess you create podcasts. I think that's the idea.
Maybe. Oh,
You
yeah.
know, like,
That's part of it. Yeah, because first of all, welcome to
yeah.
Off Script podcast. What do you think of this, John?
Well, I think this is what the world needs, right? I mean, I'm like the serious guy. You're like the comic guy because like I'm always like thinking bigger picture because I think like no one trusts the news anymore.
Absolutely.
Like nobody wants to listen to the news anymore. And like who watches cable TV? Right? I don't even think anyone knows what cable TV is unless they're like under or over 30.
And to be honest, even if they know it, the problem is not in the format we receive information. The problem in the selection. So when I watch a cable TV, I am forced to watch what's on the TV. But as a podcast, I can just go to John.
Right.
Hey, John, bigger picture. Let's
see figure out the news.
What's going on?
Let's see what's happening.
What you guys talking about?
Yeah.
Do you guys have an expert? You guys gonna bring some people?
Yeah.
Because most of us are doing stuff in life, busy in life, driving to work, driving back from work.
And you want something very specific. You know what I mean? Like you don't want to hear like news that happened in Asia unless it's maybe interesting. I guess we want to hear what's going on in Asia. I don't know. But
depend. I don't want to know everything
Yeah.
that goes in Asia, but the stuff that I care about in Asia. For example, if I care about nature, and maybe this channel give like 20% of nature content a year, I can be watching a podcast that talks about nature only or nature-focused podcast.
Yeah.
Like that's what I love now,
Right,
John,
right.
and that there is podcast for everything.
for everything.
There's
Everything,
podcast to wake you up.
Yeah.
Right. To how to start your day.
Meditation.
Yeah.
Right.
There is podcast for finance.
Yeah.
For
Sports.
cryptocurrency.
Only sports. Yeah, cryptocurrency. Yeah, we've got that. We've got one for cryptocurrency. Check it out. Crypto Community Central. I don't even know the name of my own podcast.
Wow.
But
actually, that's very interesting.
Yeah.
So, because I wanted to ask you this, tell me why do you think so many people? Okay, I'm going to ask you this question again, John. I want to know, tell me why do you think there's so many people copied your format of talking about cryptocurrency, and now you have over many pages. How many pages?
Yeah, there's got to be like someone just like copied my cryptocurrency page by like 30 times, and then whenever I post a video, they find a way to like record it and they repost it. The only thing I can think of is that like they try to monetize it, right? So like if they can get more views than me, which I think some of them have actually, and then if they have over 10,000 followers on TikTok, which is how you earn money, right, on TikTok, then you monetize for, volume and location and geography. It determines how much money you actually make.
So you see, as I was just saying, there is people who's into the podcast for a specific reason. They go
Money.
only crypto,
Yeah, right. Or someone just for crypto. Yeah, which is crazy. I mean, like the people I have on my podcast, like, it's not really a podcast. I'm just like talking.
Yeah.
I mean, this is a proper podcast, right? Where we're kind of discussing things or like going through stuff, but like there I'm just like dictating, or I'm just like telling my opinion. But even then, like it's like weird because like I get a lot of people who are just interested, and I think it's because they want to know how to become a millionaire, right? And they realize there's so many crypto millionaires out there, or crypto bros they call them. I mean, there's like so many. It's a whole population. It's like what Gothic used to be.
Wow.
Remember like people would dress up like wearing, like weird black hats and like black pantyhose on their hands. Yeah. Reminds me when I was in high school, we had this. They probably would never do this again, but like in order to raise money for our senior class, we could buy our classmates, and if you didn't take your name off the list, which some of our friends didn't, we could actually buy them and do whatever we wanted with them that day. So we bought our friend Sue, right, who changed his name to Roy. We made so much fun of him at the time because he did that. This sound more American, of course. So we bought him. We went to his house and like tried not to molest him. We went into his in a bad way, like we went into his mom's room and took off his mom's clothes, and he wore his mom's heels and everything to school.
Wow.
Lipstick, everything. And but then it was just like funny, you know? And I think it would still be funny today, but like, you could never get away with that nowadays. You know what I mean? I feel like everyone's so sensitive, and
I think it's appropriate if it's in a place where fun is welcome. It's okay because depending who's coming from, if it's coming from somebody like me and you and stuff like this, it's different. If it's coming from somebody who's like 5 or 6, or maybe 12, still in the beginning of the day. So John, I know like here in America, everyone wants to be in Hollywood.
Yeah.
But
let's get back to the topic, right? Because this is what we're talking about.
So everybody I know, or let's not talk about everybody I know. Everybody in the world wants to be in Hollywood. Yeah. Hollywood is the example of not just cinema, but the success. Made it. Yeah. The word made it. Yeah. He made it. Okay?
Yeah, right.
You don't have to be an actor, but if you are the most shoemaker in Hollywood, you still made it.
Yeah, right. No, I mean, I think just people that simply come to Hollywood, you know, or come to LA, and they try to become an actor or an actress, right? Like I think in many ways they've already made it. Mm-hmm. You know what I mean? Because you've already like jumped into the cold bath. Mm-hmm. You know what I mean? And now it's just like, let's see if you can survive, right? And I think the ones that survive are the ones that start making money at the end of the day, right? Like you're making good money on it.
To be honest, like it's crazy. For me, I always say that this word, what you just said, they said like, actually you being here, it means you made it. Out of 350 million Americans, you are here.
No, that's right, because I think, you know, some people think, oh, I could never do this. You know, I could never, you know, go into acting or whatever, you know. For context, of course, you know, MICO is an actor and a host, right? And I own a business in talent management. And then I also do, you know, other things. But, I mean, this is the main, you know, kind of like passion, you know, that I have. And I think, you know, the goal that everyone should have that actually want to be in Hollywood is like, you just have to like take the steps to be here. Mm-hmm. I mean, it took you like forever, right? Like you,
my God,
like, you know, you started from Egypt.
Yeah,
right?
Start from the bottom and we're here.
And then, so, I mean, we want to answer the question of like, how do people actually make it in Hollywood? But I think this is like everyone has their own unique story, right? Because it's like, I don't know, it's insane actually. You know, everybody's story to get here is dramatic.
I know, it's crazy.
Right? Like nothing, it's never a straight line. Like
you're never gonna hear a success story where, it was so given to me, or I had it so easy.
I walked in.
They like, oh my God, this guy.
Sitting in a cafe and, you know, so-and-so saw me and I got the role, you know what I mean?
Even though you came here to America by chance, you sat in a cafe by chance, Steven Spielberg saw you by chance, gave you a role, okay?
Right.
But it's not just about that role, because success, how many actors came to Hollywood, they did one wonder film or season or whatever, and then they disappeared, you never heard about them. How many actors are in Hollywood that are not movie stars? Because there's a difference between, like when people say, I'm going to Hollywood for a dream, they are not going to dream about acting in Hollywood, they dream about being a movie star. Because acting in Hollywood is not an achievement, but being a movie star is then when you have everything. So if you were given a role and you did not, like, if Leo DiCaprio like stopped working after Titanic, he would have never been Leo DiCaprio. So it's kind of like you have to keep doing good films to stay in the top or to be an A-list. So it's a constant work that it does not finish on somebody discovering you.
No, that's right. It's funny because but people that are not in Hollywood, they don't think they always get that sometimes though.
Yeah.
You know? I mean, like they do, but they don't, because like when I first came to LA, like gosh, that was like a long time ago. But you know, I'm not gonna say it long. But like, you know, anyway, I'm laughing because I'm laughing myself really loud.
Yeah, because
you know, because we're all young in LA, right? Like everybody's 21 here, right? Like
exactly.
we all stop at 21. You know, that's a whole nother topic, right? Like how many girls, and girls are wonderful people, you know, and but like, you know, when they hit 30, they still think they're 20, you know? or actresses that are like 30 plus and they still think they can get in 20 plus roles. But anyway, point is, when I first came to LA, I actually was in a TV series, right? Mm-hmm. And it was like a little mini series on A&E, and it really wasn't much speaking in it, but I played one of the kings of Babylon, right? And it was like a multi-series thing. But like when people look at me now, like if I do, consulting and finance for someone or something, they're like, "Oh, you're an actor." I'm like, "I'm not an actor. I did something in acting, but I'm not an actor." You know what I mean? Because like you said, it's like Leonardo did one movie. Like he's not going to consider himself an actor. You know what I mean? Like it's like he acted in a movie. He was a star in a movie, but he's not a movie star. It's something that I think you build like over time, and it has to snowball, right? So you can get one gig, or you can. I think this is where I think that happens, right? We were talking about this before we came in a little bit. Like, you can get all these, kind of co-star roles, and they're good. Like, it gets you some experience and exposure, but you're not a movie star yet. You know what I mean?
Because, like, movie star, it requires, let's talk about coming to America. Yeah. It's a journey, and being a movie star is a different journey. Because movie star, you have to be able to deal within the enemy inside, the enemy within, and the enemy without. So you have to deal with both sides. Yeah. And the problem is when you come to Hollywood here, it's mainly you gotta show up no matter who you are outside. Yeah. Even if you're a star in your own country, you come here, you still have to prove yourself. So it's
like you're starting over.
Clean slate. Yeah. And you have to make appeal for the American market. Yeah. And once you made that appeal, and like they say, "Oh my goodness, we love this guy." If you make it in America, you make it anywhere.
Everywhere, pretty much. No, that's true. That's true. That's why it's funny. A lot of UK talent, like they adopt American accents and everything because they, and they end up in the American market. And people, like for the longest time, I mean, you call me what you will, but like, I thought Henry Cavill was American. Like when he played Superman, I was like, what? Like I heard him in an interview, I was like, He's English? Like, really? You know what I mean? I was so like offended, but also like, okay. I was like offended and, I don't know, like, all right, like they all want to be American. I don't know, but.
No, it's fantastic. It's like we have Christian Bale. It's one of the best example. Yeah. Like a lot of people never knew that Christian was Welsh. Right. He's Welsh, literally. He's Welsh. Crazy, from Wales. Yeah. And Christian is one of my favorite actors, but somebody was like, who come here. And he did we have Gary Oldman, we have Tom Hardy, we have Riz Ahmed, we have all of those British actors that come from the Andrew Garfield, who's but Andrew is between both places. But I mean just being a movie star, it requires skill set, determination, and the best word I heard since I come here is show up. Yeah. Hollywood is about showing up. Yeah. You show up. One day, Denzel Washington says like you hang around the barber shop, long enough, sooner you'll get a haircut.
Yep. And that's right.
This is Hollywood. Like for me, how to make it in Hollywood, it's kind of you gotta know in deep inside you have something. Yeah. And then after you know this, you gotta go to the people who will see this with you so they can nurture it and then after this, if you